wherever you are to Meg's Magical Mansion, a virtual guest house for spiritual wayfarers, a place where the ordinary becomes magical, where wisdom is yours for the asking, and where your higher nature is just a wish away. Thanks for joining us here today at Meg's Magical Mansion. I'm Meg, and this is my trusty butler, Scallion. And here in my lap is my beautiful assistant, Miss Alice Poopers. We are so happy you have joined us here today at Meg's Magical Mansion because we have another exciting topic. Do you know what we're going to be talking about today, Scallion?
Surfing reality.
That's right, Transurfing Reality. And we are embarking on a 5-week book study of the book Reality Transurfing by Vadim Zeland. And stick around because this book shows you how you get to choose your reality, the reality you truly want
and deserve.
So don't go anywhere. Except I think I hear reality calling you from the kitchen, Scallion.
Yes. Toodles.
Oh my goodness, Alice Poopers. It's another exciting Words of Wisdom. And today our words of wisdom come to us from the author of our book, who we're doing our book study with, and that is Vadim Zeland. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the words of our author of the day, Vadim Zeland. This book introduces many strange and wonderful things. It is all so mind-blowing, you might not want to believe it. But you will not have to believe. The methods introduced here invite you to test everything out for yourself, and when you do, your current worldview will crumble. Transurfing is a powerful technique aimed at giving you the power to create aspects of your life in a way that would ordinarily seem impossible. In particular, Transurfing will give you the power to control your own destiny as you see fit. I promise no miracles, and yet something greater than a miracle awaits you. You will discover that the hidden quality of reality is more extraordinary than any mystic tradition. So maybe that gave you a little bit of a brief introduction into our topic of today, which is a book study. This one's going to go on for a while, so we'll intermittently be dropping in and doing another chapter in the book Transurfing Reality by Vadim Zeland. And this book has some great and very complicated ideas. I have been listening to it, reading it, studying it, doing book studies on it for about a year and a half now, and I finally feel I'm kind of at a point where I'm ready to do a book study for the channel on this. I think you'll find a lot of the themes that we talk about on the channel really tie in with this whole concept of reality transurfing. And we're going to find out what it means today with chapter 1. Our author, Vadim Zeland, is a Russian-born esoteric author. He has a strong foundation in physics, apparently, and he's a very mysterious, sunglasses-wearing individual who lives a very private life. And as you get into the book a little bit more, you probably understand why he keeps his life kind of private, and we'll get into that as well. So, without further ado, let's dive in to Transurfing Reality, Chapter 1. Buckle up your seatbelts because this stuff can change your entire existence. You ready? Let's go. This week, we're going to be focusing on Chapter 1, the Alternatives Model. Dreams don't come true. And Vadim Zeland begins this chapter with a pair of contrasting stories. One sort of illustrating a negative way of thinking or a negative mindset, and then one illustrating a more positive mindset. Then he begins to tell a story of a lucid dream he had of being in a botanical park or reserve and meeting a guardian of the park there who gave him this riddle. Everyone can have the freedom to choose whatever they want. Here's the riddle for you. How do you acquire that freedom? He then goes on to lay out the basic premise of Transurfing Reality, and in a nutshell, Chapter 1 kind of goes like this. First, he says, reality is manifest in an infinite variety of forms, which I think we can all agree. Everywhere you look around in our quote-unquote reality, you see it manifesting in living, non-living, all kinds of things. Then he says that variability is the world's most fundamental quality. So things that vary and not having things be, things are not the same, things change. Any model of the universe represents just one manifestation of reality. Any branch of knowledge bases itself on one chosen aspect of the manifestation of reality. And again, he uses this analogy of the fable of the blind man trying to describe the elephant. And it depends on which body part they're touching because they can't see it. So they are each getting a different manifestation of the elephant. And he describes our interactions with, reality the same way. You only can react to what you perceive in your little chunk of it. Your choice is always realized. You always receive what you choose. I want you to just think about that. This is a big premise of Transurfing Reality. Your choice is always realized. You always receive what you choose. We're going to be getting into that more later on in the book. This chapter talks a lot about the alternative space. The alternative space is an information field recording all that was, is, and ever will be. Very much like, it sounds to me, the Akashic Record. And if you didn't see our episode on that, you might want to check it out. The information field contains potential alternative scenarios to any event. And each alternative has a script and a scenery. Space can be divided into sectors, and each sector contains an alternative scenario of an event. And the farther away those sectors are, the more those alternatives will be different. He then goes on to talk about how sectors with sort of roughly uniform parameters that are pretty much the same or similar will align and become a lifeline. They'll be arranged and form a lifeline. That's kind of how you get on a lifeline of events. And that material realization moves through space like a bundle of density. The radiation of thought energy is what materializes an alternative. Another point he brings out is that every single organism contributes to the creation of our material world, our realization that we see around us, our reality. And that means every organism, plants, insects, every living thing, fungus, moss, whatever. It's all contributing to the creation of material realization around us. And when the parameters of thought energy change, a shift can occur to a different lifeline. Remember, you cannot change the fact that scenery exists, but you can choose a different type of scenery. He makes a big point in chapter 1 to say that you do not have to fight for happiness. You simply have to choose an alternative reality that is more to your liking. I know that's a crazy thought, but for me, who did the same career for 30 years and was realizing I wasn't very happy, that's exactly what I did. I chose an alternative reality that is much more to my liking. And I jumped lifelines, and I'm on a completely different lifeline now. So I know that this does happen. So as we continue forward with this book study, Transurfing Reality by Vadim Zeland, let's remember the Guardian's riddle that we're trying to solve. Everyone can have the freedom to choose whatever they want. Here's the riddle. How do you acquire that freedom? Next week, we're going to discuss Chapter 2, which is all about pendulums, destructive pendulums that want to knock you off your positive lifeline or interfere with your ability to get onto a positive lifeline. So make sure you check back next week. We're going to talk about Chapter 2, destructive pendulums. So, that was an overview of Chapter 1. I am linking an audio version of Chapter 1 down below that you could listen to. I highly recommend you listen along or get the book from Amazon. I'll put the link down below for that as well. Hey, maybe if you win our giveaway, you could use your Amazon gift card to purchase the book. So that does lead me to our giveaway for this week, which is a $30 gift card, which is the cost of the book Transurfing Reality on Amazon. So this week we're giving away a $30 Amazon gift card. To get entered into this giveaway, down below in the comments, I want to know what you think about this whole idea of Transurfing Reality. So drop your comments down below. Anybody who enters a comment about this will be entered to win our $30 Amazon gift card. Remember, get your entries in by this Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time, and we will pick a winner. I'll post a short so you will know who the winner is. And next week, don't forget to tune in. We will be, as we said earlier, talking about Chapter 2, destructive pendulums that are trying to knock you off your life path. So it's a very interesting chapter, and it makes you think about a lot of things you're doing with your life a little bit differently. Please tune in to find out more about pendulums swinging and knocking you off your life path. Sounds very interesting. Don't miss it. And in the words of Buddha, remember, 1,000 candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. So thank you for sharing your time, effort, and energy with us here today, transurfing at the Magical Mansion. Hey, if you had a good time, give us a like, or you could subscribe. You know, I'm picturing a reality. I'm going to choose a reality where you are all subscribing all the time. Why not? I can. And you can always ring the bell so we can let you know when we post new episodes. And don't forget to check us out on the old Instagram. We'll see you back here next week to learn more about reality transurfing right here at Meg's Magical Mansion. I need to take down my Halloween decorations. It's like, I think it's time. I just...
Well, I sent you a bat.